Picture this. A man who is a leader, great leader, is doing amazing things for his people. He has this father-in-law that he really admires. And the father-in-law comes to meet up with this leader. And the father-in-law is bringing that man's leader's wife and their two sons with him. And he comes to meet the leader. How do you think, or what do you think the leader is going to do once he sees his father-in-law, his wife, his own wife, the leader's wife, and his own two children? What do you think he's going to do? Is he going to hug anybody? I hope you say yes, he's going to hug. He's going to hug his wife that he hasn't seen, his children that he adores, his, of course, father-in-law is a gratitude. And yes, you came to visit me. Oh, you're so wise. I could learn so much from you. It didn't happen exactly like that. I'm talking about Moses from the Bible. I think Moses was an incredible leader to the Jewish people. You know, when we say today, may you live to 120, we actually base it on the length of life that Moses had. Okay. For us, this is like a complete and beautiful life. Yet this one story keeps on bugging me because here he sees his father-in-law, Jethro, coming in because they haven't seen each other for months, maybe years, comes in with his wife and the two children, and yet Moses he only hugs his father-in-law. There is no conversation happening with his own wife. Like, oh my God, I'm so glad I saw you. No hugging of his children. Oh, I missed you, boys. None. Why? Why is that? And what do you feel about that? Think of yourself as a leader. Right? You haven't seen your family for a while. How would you greet your own children, your own family? That is, I think, one of the most disappointing feelings that I have when I read about Moses. Now, in the what we call Midrash, which is the stories beyond the Bible, there is all these imaginary conversations that he has had with his children. But I'm now going to the actual text. And in the actual text, in the entire Bible, there is not a conversation that he had in the Torah. Entire conversations. Like, what? How do you do that? And that makes me think of a legacy that each one of us, leaves behind. Sometimes we're so worried about what other people will say about us, what we do for other people, that we forget that the most important thing that we can do is the legacy of the smallest group, closest to you group of people, your own family. And I know that some people are not lucky to have the most amazing family, but I'm not talking about necessarily your biological family. I'm talking about the family that you have created through blood, through bringing in, through whatever. The legacy that each and every one of us has to start with the legacy in the home itself. And then it's the circle, right? And then it goes into a little bit bigger, the legacy that you live in your community, where you part of. So it could be a religious community, a civic community, whatever community that is. And then it grows even bigger, the country that you live in. And then it goes bigger as the citizens of the world. And how do we carry ourselves? Because that legacy is showing not only what you do, but who you are. And who you are starts with how do you treat other people around you. So I invite you, I encourage you to think about the legacy that you leave for the people that maybe matter the most to you, but somehow maybe we take them a little bit for granted. I know that for me, it is really clear. I love my kids and their spouses and their children who are my grandkids. To me, that is the first and foremost legacy that I want to leave. And when I do that, do you think other people don't notice my value system? And where do I spend my time? It doesn't mean that I don't want to grow in my business and all that. It doesn't mean that at all. But when we are feeling complete and whole in how we interact with the people that have been with us all this time, people that are connected to us, then it drips to the way we are with other people and the way we value that relationships from the legacy that we want to leave for people. It actually comes down to the relationships that we have. So may you today and every day think of the legacy that you want to leave behind you and start living it now, because every day matters. You don't know what tomorrow's hold, yet I have faith in you, in the creator, in me, that we can have that beautiful legacy by doing small actions every single day. What will you do today? What choices will you make today? Go and do it. Time is beautiful, but time also goes by, and we can never relive something again. So make the right choice. Bye.